dream and to actually one day achieve and own that dream. And so we've invited into studio today Adam Funk with
the founder and owner of Savings Coach.
Savings Coach. That's a great name. I love sports. Welcome, Adam.
Hey, thank you very much for having me today.
Yeah, and you got your golf shirt. You're looking like a coach.
Absolutely.
And so there's important things to think about, when you talk about financially successful people. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a funny term, financially successful. I mean, we often think of, the rich and famous.
Yes.
When we talk financially successful. But the truth is there's a financial success that really helps you build a future, right? You don't have to be, making ridiculous amounts of money to be financially successful.
You don't
Absolutely.
have to, but it's nice.
I wouldn't know, actually, but you know what I mean, Adam. I mean, success is not just a function of how many zeros are on the paychecks.
No, certainly. There's a great book called The Millionaire Next Door.
Yeah.
And that talks a lot about how we're not talking about celebrities that we're seeing in the news, but just everyday people in our neighborhoods who are financially successful. They don't worry about money. They can pay the bills. They don't have to worry about it. They've got enough money saved up to live the lifestyle that they want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a function of how many, because it turns out lots of people who make lots of money. Why does MC Hammer come to mind?
I don't know.
Because he went bankrupt.
Yeah, because he's really
that
famous for having been extremely successful. You Can't Touch This and Too Legit to Quit and all those songs that made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, he blew through it real fast and unfortunately had to, I hope he's doing better now, God bless him.
Certainly.
Yeah, but it's not a function of how much you make. It's
right.
how much you keep.
Right.
That
Yes.
was good. I got to say that again. It's not a function of how much you make. It's how much you keep.
Well, and that's really what I try to do. I try to coach people how to keep more of the money they make.
Yeah, absolutely. And so right to that point, top 3 characteristics of successfully financial people right out of the Savings Coach Playbook.
Yeah.
Literally, you wrote
I
something
did.
you call the Savings Coach Playbook.
Yeah, I individually write a playbook for each of my customers. It's a financial plan.
Uh-huh.
And the 3 habits that I've identified doing research really comes down to habits, limits, and goals.
All right, let's take them one at a time here.
Okay.
So top 3 characteristics of financially successful people. Number 1, habits.
Habits.
What
Yes.
comes to mind?
First thing is save money.
Yep.
If you were to ask someone who's retiring right now, if they could go back in time, what would it be? It'd be to regularly save money.
Yeah.
You don't just do it on a whim. You don't just try to save money at the end of the month of whatever's left.
Yeah.
No, you have to build it in automatically and save. And I recommend to people 20%.
20%. If you can hold on to 20% of the money that comes through your hands, as in put it aside somewhere.
Yes.
That's a worthy goal. But if you can't live on 80% of what you're making, I mean, people can. You just will you, right?
Well, the idea is we're human. We adapt.
Yeah, for sure.
So
to the
idea,
the amount of money that you have, right?
certainly some people are already, if you're a little older, you're obligated. So you already have these obligations, so it's hard to constrict yourself.
Yeah.
So, really, I wrote Savings Coach for people right out of college, right when they enter the workforce,
Right.
before they've made these big decisions and obligated them to a certain dollar amount rent, to a certain dollar amount mortgage
Yeah.
payment,
Yeah.
certain car payments, that lifestyle. The younger you can make those decisions, and if you start putting that money away, that habit is already in force.
Yeah.
So when you're 22 years old and making $20,000 a year, to save 20%, that's only $4,000. But to tell a family 50 years old who's making $100,000 to all of a sudden, start saving $20,000 a year,
Yeah.
that's an impossible request.
Yeah, so it really is a habit issue, right? So one of the characteristics of financially successful people are the right kind of habits and the habit of saving.
Yes.
And so just some ideas of you can automate that a little bit, maybe split your paycheck. Tell me
Direct
about.
deposit is the most powerful thing.
Yeah.
So just, call your HR department and have it direct deposit 20% in your savings account and the remaining in your checkbook. Most people have all their paycheck go into their checkbook. Have it split out, 20% into their savings account, 80% in the.
Because if you don't
the
see it,
rest.
it's easier to think it's not there.
Right.
Well, I had somebody tell me they have an account where they don't have a debit card, they don't, have a checkbook attached to it. So to access that money, they literally have to walk into a bank.
At a different bank, right? Not even the bank that they usually use. They said it was at a different bank, so they would have to go to a totally separate
And
bank.
we're so addicted to convenience,
Right.
When are we ever actually going to walk into a bank to access that money? Only when you've, made up your mind there's an investment opportunity that I want to use some of those savings for or something like that. But this is great. Financially successful people have habits,
Yes.
like paying your bills on time,
That is a habit.
and you can get it automated.
Certainly. The more you can automate things, the easier it, makes your lifestyle. The less you have to worry about it.
Yeah.
If you're coming down and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh my gosh, I got that credit card bill that's due tomorrow and I haven't paid it. Why go through that stress? You don't need to.
Yeah.
You could have automated those payments so you don't need to worry
And
about
taking stress off the plate is what I'm all about here. We want to
Yes.
ask the question every week, what makes life good really? You're listening to Michigan Real Talk here on 92.7 FM, AM 1400, and we're talking with Adam Funk, certified financial planner, founder